What's up, YouTube? I thought I had my camera on. Hey, Who That Comics, Boston Chris. Graphic content coming at you again, mind you. It's like season 2, man, of graphic content, but it's gonna be a fun one. I got to share it out. I forgot to do that. Been ripping and running. Chris just came off a great show. I was actually listening the whole time. Papa Willie wanted me to join in with some sweet chin music. So you guys haven't watched that, definitely if you like wrestling, definitely a good show just to at least just listen to, because that's what I was doing. I was just listening about, um, you know, seeing what their takes are going into Mania and all that good stuff. So that was actually cool to listen in here. But graphic content, we're gonna talk about everything else besides wrestling. We might, you never know. But hey, pop culture, all that good stuff. So hopefully you guys stick with it. If you got any questions, any comments, just put them in the chat. Say hello. I'll definitely highlight it. Um, I do have other stuff that I'll do during the show. I got like a little unboxing uh, to show off one of the added book to the giveaway, to the channel membership giveaway. So I got that going on. I'll show that. But what I wanted to talk to Chris about, I didn't go to a con, but I've been paying attention to CinemaCon. I'm about to say CinemaCon. CinemaCon, which deals with a lot of the movies that are coming out either this year or going into late late this year, maybe like in the Christmas time as well. So it's basically all the movies coming out, I think soon, or maybe even to the next year. But they're all the movie theater companies, AMC, Regal, all these people who own these theaters get together and they have these convention. And actually, they get a bonus to see a lot of movies in advance. Uh, I think they saw a good little clip of Fantastic Four. They got to see How to Train Your Dragon. I think that movie was shown, the whole movie. Thunderbolts. I'm not sure if that was shown, but I think the People Four. I don't know if that was shown or they did a good advertising marketing for it because the cast of Thunderbolts was there. Um, that's just some of the highlights I saw, and then I know they were talking about Avatar, Fire, and Ash. I think trailer was shown at CinemaCon. So, um, but right before we touch on this, I got a lot that popped in my head. What do you think of the rumors, Chris, of Blade being canceled, but them saying he is likely to appear in Midnight Suns?
I mean, I can't see them just getting rid of and not using Mahershala Ali after trying to introduce him in Eternals. Yes, I understand that it's a movie that you can easily skip and have no idea that he's even trying to be that Blade is going to be introduced, but um I feel like they definitely want to use that character. They definitely want to use that property. So I think that him being in Midnight Suns makes sense if they're not going to do a Blade movie, because at least this way you can use Blade, you can gather time to get, I guess, everything in order that you need to make an actual movie and make it work. Just because I mean, there's been so many different things going on, different directors, different writers, all the stuff has been
Mm-hmm.
tough. So I mean, I look at that as like a silver lining. If he's going to be in Midnight Suns, you're still getting Blade, which is great. Um, it's just taking longer than what people want. That want to see Blade. Um, so I mean, all in all, if we do get him and he is in the Midnight Suns movie, perfectly fine with me. Is it going to be a movie or a show? I don't know, but if they use him in that and then they can branch off and move further, great. That's the way I
Yeah.
look at it.
What I've been told, they want to keep him on to play Blade. They just canceling the Blade project and going along with the Midnight Suns most likely. And I think I'm kind of mixed about it. That's a way to introduce not new characters but characters back in the MCU. Midnight
Mhm.
Suns. You could do a quick little 5 minute scene of each character saying what they've been doing. Kind of explain it, little quick little action scenes and what they would have been doing, and they all in a bigger event pulls them together. So I'm okay with the Midnight Suns, but if the Midnight Suns, if we do Midnight Suns up, Dave Reese, if they do it and it's successful, please go back to doing these solos of these characters if they do it.
I'm sure they would.
So it's just like and it's just rumors. The funny thing is just rumors of it being canceled because the last thing I heard was they attached the new director, which was the director of John Wick. Guy that did John Wick, I think the last John Wick or the last couple or whatever it was. He's now attached to Blade, so I don't know. That's why I said it's like rumors of saying being canceled. Marvel hasn't officially said it's canceled. It's still on the slate, but just without a date. So if the director for John Wick really wants to do it, I would be all aboard. You know what I mean? They end up pulling to let him do it, or if they let him do Midnight Suns, and I'm still aboard. But I like that director. I think that'd be a good movie for him to direct. That's an MCU movie that can deal with some action, has a little storytelling, but John Wick is basically Blade in human form. That's basically, you think about Blade, the original Blade, where you walk around killing all these vampires, just going around killing, so it's like that's basically what Blade is. John Wick, just the vampire John Wick. But so I think I'll be game with that. That's just something that popped in my head. I saw it spreading around rumor mill, but the only true news I actually heard about it was the director from John Wick being put in place to take over for for the new director's chair. But all I can say is if they're gonna do something, they need to do something quick because Mahershala Ali's in his 50s. So
the first I had heard about the movie not happening anymore was from TM Nerdy on Bleeker's Church this last week. He said that it's done, and they're not going to do it. And I mean, the thing is that like it's just kind of it's hard to say that it's canceled necessarily. It is, what do they say? It has been delayed indefinitely. So I mean, maybe this gets things back to going, but like I mean, I don't know. Like I think that the excitement and the people that want to see it are there. Like you have the audience for to want to go ahead and see that. So my hope is that they just do it right. And I mean, as much as you want to see Mahershala Ali in it, if they're going to do it, they have to do that quickly. Just because, again, like you said, like you're gonna make this guy do a physically demanding role. He's not getting any younger, so use him while you have him.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it would all work out. I think this is one of those movies or projects, and all of the ones that actually have come out up until Captain America, the new Captain America movie. Everything from that movie and all the way to like 2019 or 2020 were affected by COVID and writer strike. Actor strike briefly, but writer strike was longer. So that's kind of what happened with Blade, and it kind of sucks like that because it was he got hit by two things. Like the COVID thing was unprecedented in modern times. That type of stuff, and then the writer strike. I think that's what ultimately kind of delayed it to inevitable because it put so much stuff got put in the back burner. We don't realize it, and people don't seem to get it sometimes. But
of course,
those two things hurt a lot of stuff. Not just Marvel, but hurt a lot of stuff. Even what's his name? Tom Cruise's most recent the movies that he did. Those got pushed back in 2 years. And because of and they were actually filming during COVID, but they had to take pauses every time somebody got sick on set. All right, we got to stop for 3 weeks or whatever they stopped it for. But they took breaks every time somebody got sick. But That was a movie that got delayed because that movie should have came out the second part should have came out 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
I mean, well, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, like if you look at, I mean, like you said, the writer strike and everything. And I remember when we were talking about it, I brought that up, um, about on church about like how a lot of things were affected by those things specifically. Like
Mhm.
it's like you look back on, um, different TV shows and different, different streaming and everything like that. It's like like one of the ones that comes to mind was Stranger Things got pushed back a ton because of that because you had all these different things happening and then and it just
They got
took so
pushed
long
back
to get
so
it
much
going.
that the
Um,
kids age out of the show basically.
well, yeah, that, and then you have something like
A
Cobra
whole new
Kai.
show now.
Cobra Kai had a similar thing happen, where it's like like they had kind of had to wait and get it. So like there was a lot that got
I mean, Black
pushed
Panther
back.
got pushed back. The second Black Panther got pushed back for
Mhm.
multiple things, not just the death of Chadwick, but they got pushed back because all this other stuff happened. If I'm not mistaken. I think COVID happened before Chadwick passed. Has he been passed away that long already?
Um,
Um,
it
because
might have been. It might
COVID
have been.
started in 2019. So
Yeah,
let me see. I'm about to look that up. Chadwick Boseman. Let's
but
see. When did he pass? When did he pass? No, he passed in 2020. So
yeah.
it
So
was
I was
August of
saying,
2022. So that we was already in shutdown. We was already in shutdown
yeah.
mode.
So I
So
mean, there's a lot of things that ended up being catalyst for all that to happen. But I think uh, like really to get things back to a spot where like you're doing it consistently and making sure that you're or like I say they're making sure that they're making stuff that's quality that people want to go see. Like they had to make a lot of turns and pivots, and so I would say for anybody who enjoys that type of entertainment, who enjoys those movies and shows and everything else, you just got to be patient with it. So, like be patient and
mhm.
let them do what they got to do. If it takes a
and
while,
hope your stuff and hope your things you like make it after the fact. Because I remember I remember the last writer strike that was as major as this one, which we were adults. I think, like because I remember one of the shows I liked a lot. It was two shows I liked a lot. It was Heroes and
Mhm.
Jericho. They both got killed with the writer strike. When the writer strike happened,
Yeah,
when they came back, they basically they tried to go I think another two seasons with Heroes, and it didn't make it. Like the
yeah,
writers changed and everything else, and then
yep,
Jericho, when they came back, they just said, we're just gonna end. Like they just
yeah.
wrote, they just finished the season, and they were like top shows. I remember
Well,
that.
the other thing too was another show that was big, and people cite the writer strike as the reason why it kind of fell off was Lost. I guess people were just like and I didn't watch it. I was just coming out. I watched it with my wife when I was dating her, and like we watched it on Netflix and everything like that. So, but friends of mine who watched it from the get go, they're like, oh, you can tell the exact minute that like once the writer strike happened, you can tell because everything kind of goes, it goes kind of
It
goes
all
sideways.
goes sideways. It all goes sideways. The
And
writing,
I
it
was
felt
just like,
like the writing went like this on a lot of
yeah.
shows.
And the thing is, I didn't, like I wasn't conscious of when the actual, when it happened, as far as like just because I didn't watch it as it happened. So, in watching Lost, I was like, well, like there's a bunch of stuff that left me confused. So I'm assuming that this is the point where the strike happened, and then they came back and they just kind of, went in like a completely different direction and had a new team, and just things just didn't line up really well at all. So, but I mean, that's one of the things that does happen like when you have any kind of like strike or anything like that, like you have turnover, and sometimes there's people that I mean you almost kind of have to wonder how much is someone taking with them when they do leave or when they do go away from that, because it's like maybe they didn't write everything down and that's why they had to do it like this. It's like, okay, so this is the direction we were going in, and this guy was the guy that was writing it and he's not here anymore, and now we really don't know what his other ideas were because he didn't share them with us before this happened. So that's why I say, like
Yeah.
patience is always the biggest key with all that stuff. Just because in the end, they're making these things for us, which is great. Um, so enjoy them while they last, because there's always something lurking and looming, waiting to come back. Like and like I've said it before, it's just like like I mean, it could be a big horror phase that comes next, or it could be westerns that come next, or it could be romantic comedies that come next. It's like, and trust me, those rom-coms went their spot back, because they're like Sleepless in Seattle and all them. They made a whole bunch of money with those, and those people can't wait. They've been sitting on stories for years, and that's what I would say too. All the things that like don't come out as often and aren't as big as often. Oh, there's people that have been sitting there and have stuff written for years. Like, oh no, we can make this. We can make this.
You know what else? You know what else? You know what else? Because we were talking about John Wick. It's on the lines of John Wick, but the mindless action movies. Meaning, like, you just watch it and it's just say, what's going on? They're just beating each other up. They're shooting. Yeah. Like those movies that were like in the 90s, 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Like straight action movies with action heroes, and weren't great actors, but it was a lot of explosions, a lot of shooting. People went to go see it and made a ton of money, So I actually just watched a movie with Jason Statham. It was called, I think, Working Man. It was not a good movie, but it was just
it's the same stuff he always does. And the thing is, like, all I have to say to anybody is, if you really look at anything, the Fast and Furious movies or the Fast franchise has like 8 or 9 movies, man. This is like so. There's people that are just sitting there and be like, I have so much material, and it's like my stuff hasn't been seen for years. So I have stacks of screenplays. Like which ones do you want? Because I have a movie about, it could be anything. I have a movie about a dog walker that doubles as a secret agent, and we have at least 9 or 10 sequels in there. Just let me know which ones you like. We'll put them on the screen. So,
So shout out to Papa with the $5 super chat. He did that because he wants to see this video.
Yeah, I think G Money definitely knows something.
I don't know if it's funny.
Yeah, G Money knows something. You fucked up. You fucked up big time. You're incapable of running this shit. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
I'd say I do love when I see that. I love how G Money's like smoothing his chain out. Like he's trying to hide in plain sight. He's just like, it's like he's talking right to you. He's standing right behind you. He can't hide. He knows you made a mistake. But yeah, like actually, so I don't know. I'm assuming that this is one of the things that came out of that that convention that you're talking about.
Well, I'll do a little share, screen share of some of the stuff that's the top news of it.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, because I did see something on Key Collector about Fantastic Four, which is pretty
Fantastic Four. Because they showed, I think they showed a trailer or something. Maybe?
I guess but yeah, supposedly, there's a bunch of different stuff that's
letting me share.
According to what I saw on Key Collector and everything. So, one of the things is that Sue Storm apparently is pregnant in the movie.
Yeah, so, she's pregnant. I don't know why I can't share. This is weird. I don't know how this thing works.
I say so. Franklin Richards, fans of that issue, that has him in there and everything. That's exciting news to hear. And then you have they said that there was images of Shia LaBeouf being a Silver Surfer, and the footage isn't online yet, so they don't know anything. There's nothing that they can show specifically, but at the time they're saying that we have this here and this is pretty cool. So so they're hinting at Franklin Richards, and maybe that's why they're calling it First Steps. Like if you think about it, Fantastic Four First Steps. Maybe it's about the fact that Franklin Richards is going to be in there at some point, and they're letting everybody know that that's part of it. And I mean, his ties to Galactus make sense, so we'll see what happens. But that's exciting if you have that annual number 6, because it's like, all right, I got this. I don't have to worry about it, because knowing full well that if he's in that movie in any way, shape, or form, a pregnant Sue Storm definitely gives legs to that. So it's just like if you don't, it's one of those moments where it's just like, if that's what's happening and Franklin Richards is being introduced in some way, shape, or form, whether it's in this movie or our next one, Fantastic Four Annual 6 just became much more harder to get, because I shouldn't say that, it became much more expensive to get because people are going to try to cash out on that book.
I agree with you.
we have a spinning wheel for who dat. Nope. Who dat has gone away, but I'm still here. So I figure he'll come back momentarily. Trying to see what else they had said anything about the CinemaCon. So I guess there was a StreamYard close on who dat. He'll be right back. Let's see. So there was a 5-minute promo of the Superman movie that was released by DC that you can actually go ahead and check out. So that's pretty cool. Let's see, anything else in here that I'm seeing from Key Collector? Says a live-action chapter of the main franchise spin-off centered on Kane, and an animated movie is in the works for Keanu Reeves voicing John Wick that will take place before the first film and tell the tale of the impossible task. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. It says the officially titled Spider-Man Brand New Day, Spider-Man 4 is slated to release in theaters in July 31st, 2026. So that was from a couple days ago. Just looking at Key Collector, I'm not looking at everything else, but let's see. As we wait for who dat to come back. Let me see if I can pull up the information for the CinemaCon Con 2025. There we go. All right, so let's see this. And thank you everybody for sticking with us during all this. So, but I have that up and ready. So, what is going on here? Oh, so Screen Rant is annoying. Just like it does everything backwards. But so Miles Morales 3. So the Into the Spider-Verse, I guess, is getting a third part and a release date. It says that they think they have a release date. So I know who that's watching. Can you not get back in? Is that what's going on? Because if you need a link, I can try to give it to you. Oh no, computer's acting up. That's not good. Hopefully that's not the end of all that, because that would be bad news. Let me see. I'm gonna get a different link because this is kind of hard to deal with here. Let's see, CinemaCon news. All right, let's see. Apparently a bunch of people posed for a big epic selfie, which let's see, Ben Affleck, Barenthal, Danielle Pineda, Cynthia Adai Robinson, and the filmmaker Gavin O'Connor from The Accountant 2. Right? Oh, well, is this for a movie or what? No, just a bunch of people took a big picture together. That doesn't make any sense. See the MGM Studios presentation, I guess. Okay, that's fine. I don't know what this is all about. Hollywood Reporter being a bum. All right. So, who that you're on your phone? Are you able to get back into this, or do you need me to send the link? Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead and send him the link, so that way, you can share this back. So give me a second. All right. All right. I will share it to you through Instagram. Give me 1 second. There we go. Who that should be joining us momentarily. Just send them that link. So there was some new footage from Thunderbolts, which is cool. Sounds like let's see. Just trying to find some information on like extra other stuff that happened. They're not really giving too much information that I can see right ahead. Like I guess it's all like broken up everywhere, but all right. So I sent you the link with that. So just you go on Instagram and pop back in, and that should work. Let's see. I will say in the meantime, what have I been checking out or watching since streaming and everything like that. So I did start watching the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which if you haven't seen that, it's the animated Spider-Man show that they put on on Disney Plus. Oh, yeah, echoing like crazy.
Yeah, that was because I was getting on my phone. I was able to get back on my
Computer.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It crashed, and then all of a sudden, Firefox has an update. I was like, oh, that's great.
So Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man has actually been pretty good. I think I'm at like the 4th or 5th episode on that. That is a pretty good show.
What's up, Mark Spector?
Oh, no way. So this is coming out of the Cinema Con. The Naked Gun is getting a reboot with Liam Neeson as Frank Drebin. That would be funny.
I'm gonna send you the link too, Bleak, in case you want to hang out, in case something happens. But that actually might be funny.
Yeah,
might be funny. Liam Neeson is actually, I don't know if you saw, was he on Saturday Night Live? I think it was on Saturday Night Live. He was pretty funny on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, no,
and all he did was himself. But yeah, no, they got, like you said, the Fantastic Four. I don't know if Franklin Richards is going to be born, but she's pregnant. They said he saw Shia LaBeouf as Silver Surfer. This leans more and more to the things that they're going to get sucked in back into the correct timeline. Maybe she, I don't know if she'll, might lose the baby. Something's going to happen. And Franklin Richards might appear later, but I don't know what's going to go on. I'm very curious about Fantastic Four. I'm not even
Wow.
trying to pull up nothing else on CinemaCon because I had it on my computer, but I was like,
Yeah, no, like I'm looking at Screen Rant right now, and I actually so if Blika does join us, I'm sure he's gonna have opinions on this one. So apparently, they are so Edgar Wright is going to be, I guess, directing a remake of The Running Man, which is kind of funny. So I guess Glenn is gonna be Glenn Powell. Let's see. With Wright on stage along with Glenn Powell, Coleman Domingo, and Josh Brolin. So, and it's funny because I guess they said that in the story, the media and world have gone out of control. It's worth mentioning that Stephen King's original book was set in 2025. So, The Running Man is apparently in the works. They're going to be rebooting that. I don't know who's gonna be Arnold Schwarzenegger's character. I'm gonna assume it would either be I'm gonna assume it's probably end up being that Glenn Powell. But who knows? But that's something. Let's see what else they have here that I'm just kind of scrolling through and seeing what just kind of pops up. So
oh, while we're talking about that, I'm going to show the book that I got. I got 2 books, but I want to get more people to enter the channel membership. But I'm probably gonna end up putting both of these books in.
okay.
It's so funny. I actually picked up a Fantastic Four Annihilus Franklin Richards. Actually, picked one. It's a low grade copy. It's probably like a 2.0 to 3.0, but I only paid like $26 for it. So, books they tape. They put these books. All right, here we go. Live unboxing.
Steppo told me they won. Actually Susie was the person who won the giveaway. Last one. He's like, you were right there. I was like, wow. I was like, lucky me. I was number 2.
You were like when I looked at it, I was like, oh wait, Chris. It was like you and somebody else. It was like really close. All right, so these are the 2 books I picked up. I'll probably do the Avengers added to the giveaway. So I see you, Blake. I'm about to add you. So got this in Avengers 55 versus Ultron. Dude, it looks good until you like see this top part. It got like a little tear.
Yeah.
At the top.
And we see the other one.
So that most likely I'll go with this one to be added. First Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
Other book. First She-Hulk.
There you go.
And it's a newsstand copy. So I don't and to go along with these.
Oh wow. So I didn't see this part of things.
So these are all the books in the channel membership giveaway. He got a cameo, first full appearance of Alpha Flight. Everything here is about a 3.5. You got first appearance of Agatha Harkness. You got first appearance of MODOK.
Good stuff.
Then you got first Ego, the Living Planet. So those are already in. Now we're going to get the first Ultron.
That's cool.
First Ultron. And then first
She-Hulk.
So, but Ultron's in. Ultron is in. Really nice copy besides that little issue I showed that you at the top. If it didn't have that, it'd probably be like a 7.
Hey, what's going on?
There you go. So that's added for the channel membership giveaway. Let me go back to this and get this guy out here. There he is.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Oh, and David, I don't know if you're going to. So I can't go to Little Giant. I got a birthday party, and then the show after. So the was it Clipper City Con? I think it was called. So the other small one that's happening, I can't go to that because that's my daughter's birthday party. So I'm open.
They got a convention that's like it's an hour-away drive, but it's always on my daughter's birthday weekend.
I feel like
so,
summertime
yeah.
is a convention of birthdays for Boston. It feels like he's like on a birthday marathon. He's like, yeah, it's birthday season, guys. I'm sorry. Don't know when I'll be able to be on your shows, but it's birthday season.
Yeah,
It is birthday season for my daughter. My daughter's birthday's in summer too, so it's great. And
the Little Giant show is actually going to be on Saturday, and like I just had we aren't able to make it, so I can't go. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, whatever. But then next week is like a smaller convention, which I'm not going to be able to do. But it's all right. Like I'm not really like crazy like that. I'm just
I didn't hear if you answered my question. Have we sucked the proverbial donger of John Wick a little too long already?
No. Well, no. You know why I say no? Because Ballerina looks amazing, and what I've been told, the people who've seen the movie who said it's very good. Like they say he's in more than 50% of the movie. So it's like so people are saying the Ballerina is actually like John Wick 3.5 because it's like it happens in between 3 and 4.
Okay. So we've got the Ballerina, we've got John Wick coming in as a cartoon, we've got
and then you got another John Wick 5.
And then we have a John Wick 5, and we've already had the Continental TV series, and we've had John Wick like 1 to 4. Do you think maybe enough John Wick? I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I think I want to say.
How many Fast and Furious movies has there been? There's like 25
haven't been as good.
Yeah, at least they took 25 years to make them. They've done 30 John Wicks in fucking 2 years. It's ridiculous.
I don't know.
Well,
but I agree. I also agree with the
first one came out before COVID, though. First one came out.
No, I know. I'm being facetious, but I also agree. Like with Fast and Furious, yes, they've made too many of those by far.
I mean, like when you have something that makes money, you just keep doing it.
Yeah, I guess.
Actually, I'm way off. You know how long ago the first John Wick came out? It's over 10 years. It came out 11 years ago.
Yeah, but that's 11 years, and we have 4 of them already.
No, but but
that's one every couple years.
When you're not doing a big old ensemble CGI, and the budget is not enormous. You know what I mean? I guess you can do that a little bit. That's like I kind of put those. These are actually really good, but some horror movies can be decent. But like those, they got horror movies that come like every year. Every year.
Yeah, that there's some good ones that have been. I don't know if I found it horrific. I can't remember the name of it. Where the black dude was married to some white chick, and they went to some town, and I was like, "This is creepy as hell, man." This poor black.
Talking
dude.
About
poor black guy wasn't getting out of there alive, man. It was brutal.
Not Get Out, huh?
Yeah, it was Get Out. Yeah.
Well, they had they had what was it? The Purge. The Purge, for what it was actually not. I wouldn't say I'm not putting an Academy Award. It wasn't a great movies, but for what they were, coming out very close to each other, they were actually decent.
Because it's sort of like a Sharknado, right? It's like a flash in the pan, get the money while you can kind of thing.
And that's what John Wick is doing. Like to me, it's like The Purge, because The Purge had, like you said, all the movies that came out really close to each other, and then it had a TV show. It had a TV show that actually wasn't bad.
Yeah, I forgot about the TV show. Jeez,
I watched the TV show in a marathon because I was at work, stuck in a hospital. And it was actually good
than it used to be. The math used to be different. It was like once every 5 years you got a new cool movie of the next franchise, and then now they're just pumping it out. So I guess
can't do that when John Wick 60. You can't do that when John Wick 60.
He is almost 60, isn't he? Poor Keanu.
Oh yeah,
I think he's 59. Yeah, or it might be 60 already.
Yeah, and that's why, however much I'd love him to play some of these roles that people have him cast in, like Ghost Rider, like, bro, he's a 60-year-old man.
Well, see, the thing, see, Ghost Rider is like the perfect role for him, just like
If he
Iron
plays an
Man.
older
Iron
Ghost
Man.
Rider, if
Well,
he
no,
plays
when
an
he doesn't
older,
even really have to play an older Ghost Rider. The reason why I say this, hear me out. Robert Downey Jr. played Iron Man. The reason why he can play Iron Man so long is because what 60% of the time, 7% he's CGI'd, and he's just, or he might be this close to the screen talking. He's just a
yeah,
face talking.
yeah,
Or
you're not,
you
yeah,
see
you're
a
not wrong.
CGI thing flying around, and it's supposed to be him, but he's just talking. So that's what they'll probably do with Ghost Rider anyway. So it's like, if you're gonna do that with Ghost Rider, give me Keanu Reeves or somebody very good. You know what I mean? I don't care how old he is, because you can do his voice. Because when he's in Ghost Rider form, he's not actually riding a motorcycle.
Fair enough. Movies are a little different now, but I do remember Sean
Now, this like
Connery.
20 years ago, I'd be with you. I'd be like,
I remember Sean Connery playing Alan Quartermain in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and I could tell every time they cut a scene, just to like they had him there, just like it with somebody holding his throat, and then you could like it was just all cut. The words you could hear that they were done in a studio. All the lines were done in a studio. It's like, oh, this is awful, man.
Christopher Relaxins here, and he says he likes the idea of Keanu doing Silver Surfer's voice. He basically doing the same thing with Ghost Rider. He'd be doing Ghost Rider's voice. Yeah. And honestly, I'll keep saying I think he should be Ghost Rider. I think I mean, just don't wait till he's 70. But I keep saying it because he actually has a motorcycle company, and it's like the perfect opportunity for him to promote his motorcycles on a blockbuster movie. You know what I mean?
That's actually, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, so it's like he don't even have to take a big, he doesn't be, I need $20 million. He'd be like, just give me like $1 million, but the motorcycles you use for the movie have to be mine, and they get, you at least get some screen time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that's how he could do it. So that. I still want him to do it just because I know it's not strenuous. I know it won't be a lot of action. The like daunting action like John Wick. But we'll see what happens. So they might be doing a Midnight Suns, and he might be in it. Mahershala Ali might be in it. We might get that.
I hope they do all that stuff. That's the stuff that I truly love. So I get on board to do all that.
We already got Man Thing, Bleak. We already hit Man Thing was in the short, man. We already got Man Thing. And he made him look so cool. They already made Man Thing look so cool.
Yeah, I liked them. I liked the colorized version of them as well. When they.
I watched both.
I didn't watch the color whole thing. I just the end scene where they showed him next to Buddy when they were in color in the black and white version.
The color movie of it or show of it actually played out well. It looks like I watched. I didn't want to watch the black and white, so I watched the color one. Then I went back to watch the black and white.
The black and white did what it was supposed to do. What's that?
I liked the when it was black and white. It had that old movie feel to it. So
yeah. I thought so too. It did what it was supposed to do. It gave you that sort of old horror vibe.
Without grossing
on the wall and stuff like that,
Yeah, it did what it's supposed to do without grossing out with a lot of blood and guts. That's how I felt. But yeah, I think a lot of movies. I'm excited for the summer with the movies. The last few shows I've actually watched, like Invincible and Daredevil, I'm liking. So I
haven't watched Daredevil yet. I did watch Spider-Man though.
I'll tell you this about Daredevil. I don't know if Chris watched any of it. I'll tell you this about it without spoiling anything. It could be considered a spoil, but the first maybe 4 or 5 episodes of Daredevil, people have said it's been really good, or pretty good, or however you want to say it. It hadn't been terrible. Let's say it like that. It's been good. It's been good. I don't know what people have been saying. I just know what I like. I like it. I like it a lot.
I heard it was very Disney-fied.
I I don't
That
even know
was
what that means.
I think Rad was saying that on church, and because he was mad, like he didn't like it that much.
I'm confused. Well, I don't know what's Disney-fied about it. I don't know.
That's fair. No, that's the term I heard.
I literally don't have no idea what is Disney-fied about it. That's why I'm talking. And I don't want to say the wrong thing because if I say what I'm thinking,
No.
it's gonna make me sound like I'm a jerk.
No. In comparison to the last one, it's very like in comparison to the Netflix version. The Netflix one was pretty dark. I think this one has a less dark tone to it.
I mean, the first episode, he threw a guy off like a 5-story building.
Nice.
I don't even know how. I don't know how much gruesome we want to get. Somebody got shot in the head, point blank range, Bleak, and died. He got killed, point blank range. Somebody got. Oh, they threw somebody in front of a train. I don't know what he's talking about. So if that.
No, I get it. I don't know either. I haven't watched it.
That's why at first I thought he's like, is he talking about the couple of women they have on the show?
I assume that he just meant it was it was much darker, or less dark than it was before.
Well, they did stuff that's not Disney-esque. Like I said, the first episode, they had a big fight scene. Somebody somebody got thrown off a building. Like somebody got shot in the head close, point blank range, and they showed that.
Right.
Somebody got thrown in front of a train.
Jesus.
They showed that. And the Muse is sitting there and they're showing him draining people's blood. So I don't you know what I mean? So, like maybe they're not showing like the insides. It's like, oh, we're gonna rip him apart and show the blood.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But no, it's been very good. It has not been Disney-fied at all because I can show you Disney stuff and say stuff for that. It's been a really good show for Daredevil to not really make his appearance as Daredevil.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, he was
but that not to be happening immediately. It's been very good.
Yeah,
the story's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the story has been out about John Bernthal too. John Bernthal said, if the script wouldn't have got redone, which it did, and they reshot doing what they're doing now, he wouldn't have came back. So John Bernthal was like adamant about that. He said I wasn't coming back because with the old script, the so-called Disney-fied with the old script, and when he redid this and all the stuff that's going on, so yeah. It's good. I mean, but the thing about movies and television is very subjective, and you can't please everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Rad was upset because he said that like they didn't use the black suit or whatever like that. He's like, I wanted them to use the black suit because this, and he's like, that's not what we got. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you, man.
I don't know. Like all I know is they showed like a half dozen helmets. So I don't. I mean, I think. He just chose a suit. But they did show a whole bunch of different colored suits. If I'm not mistaken, Chris, like didn't they show all the different helmets?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't go with the yellow one since it was so predominant. What was that? She-Hulk? They showed the yellow helmet.
Yeah. But if I remember, I'm at the rewatch that scene. I know he like opens up like where he's hiding his costume, and they have different helmets.
Interesting.
And I think they're not all different colors, but I think they're all different. So I didn't pay attention to stuff. I saw the yellow and red one, but I know I saw black. I remember seeing the red. So he has different outfits, but he's only worn it, which I just watched. Not this week's episode, but last week. He's only worn it once, like in the whole movie. I mean, show. He's worn it twice. I'm sorry. He's worn it the first episode and the most recent one, not this week episode. So he's worn it twice. So I think we got to give him a little leeway out of 6 episodes.
Hey man, again, I'm only telling you what I've heard. I haven't seen it for myself, so I can't really make a passive judgment on it. But I'm a pretty harsh critic. I'm a pretty harsh critic. So.
Oh, I know you are. But I think you'll like it because I would have definitely gave it some slack if it wouldn't have been of what it is right now. It's definitely not the same. It definitely doesn't feel like the same Daredevil from She-Hulk.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, because they really in what was it? the Falcon and Winter Soldier. They really Disneyfied up the Kingpin, even really.
Yeah, he's not Disneyfied up either. I
Good.
think he lost weight and he went to the gym. If I
Yeah,
remember,
he
correctly. I asked him a question about that because he was a lot smaller, and he said, well, he told him he wanted to like get in some kind of shape. He didn't just want to be like the big, So he's not the he's not the was it the Hawaiian shirt Kingpin.
Good, good.
He's not. I wouldn't say he's not as a. Well, I can't say that because of the last episode I just watched. He was pretty. Badass. He's the Kingpin. Because I would have said that up until this last episode I watched. That I was like, yeah, he's not the Hawaiian shirt, but he's not the Netflix one. And then this last episode when he literally taunts somebody and beat the crap out of him, right after he eats dinner in front of them in a cage.
He was pretty ruthless and very believable as a bad guy. Like he was scared.
Scared. Like that scene I'm talking about when it happens, you're like, okay, all right. I was like, he's been holding it in. I don't know if I said a lot of K-pop.
Yeah, of course. Him sitting in front of the white painting is just freaky as shit. Like, all right, this guy's a mess.
Yeah. So but they do mention a lot of stuff. That's why I kind of wish you guys watched it. They do mention, and certain characters do make an appearance.
I just haven't had time.
So he also, I'll say it like this: he is in the MCU. He's not in a sub timeline. He's in the MCU.
Yeah, no, that's good.
They mention this. I know like a couple episodes they mentioned. I'm trying to think who else they mentioned because I was like, it caught me when they said certain names, and I was like, oh, but yeah. Oh, it might have been that time when I mentioned in the chat saying that they're tying stuff together. But yeah, they got a Marvel character's family member appears in an episode with him. And it's putting ties to him, so that's actually pretty cool. And guess what? It didn't feel it. Some people might. It didn't feel forced. It felt like it could happen. You know what I mean? We know a ton of people that work in New York but don't live in New York. So,
yeah.
So that part didn't feel like 100%. It's like it could happen. I bumped into people. You think you never do, and you bump into them. So, you got anything else from CinemaCon, Chris, that you saw that you wanted to talk about?
Not a ton.
I don't know. I don't know if Bleak heard you about the. Was it?
Oh yeah, they're remaking The Running Man.
The Running Man. I'm actually all for it. You don't need Arnold Schwarzenegger to be in The Running Man.
Yeah, he's I'm trying to think. Like they have not him, but it's like they got Glenn Powell and Josh Brolin and a few other people, but like I just figured that there would be a lot of people like what like there's like it's been enough time that you can definitely have other people in that role that would be kind of cool to see take over and then probably be a little bit of a different take, like not fully the same, but but then they said that like he was saying that the original took place in 2025, like the book itself was set in 2025, which is kind of like cool, but like strange, but also cool at the same time. It's like, oh wow, like I didn't realize that we're gonna be like that they would be able to use that timeline and then actually line up with the sequel of it coming out. So line up with when they're putting it in production. So that's pretty cool.
No, I think that's really neat. And again, I don't think you need Arnold Schwarzenegger in that role. Much like you don't really need him in what Colin Farrell redid the movie. The movie wasn't as good, but you don't need Arnold Schwarzenegger in that role. You can use other people.
Yeah.
When you get Arnold Schwarzenegger, you get an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and which is great. We all love them; they're fantastic. But you can do different things.
Yeah. I mean, I think like it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Just because I mean, as far as just it being a story that everybody knows, and you can see kind of updated version and vision of what that world is like, moving into a more modern thing. So I mean, I look at it and think that that'd be pretty cool to see like a updated version of that story. Just I think a lot of nostalgia stuff is gonna end up being where you'll have people that'll have like some objections like, oh, like this isn't Nitro, and that's not, I mean, Sub-Zero in the game, and that was cool. And
Where's Jesse the Body? That's not Jesse the Body.
That's always kind of like, I think, where you have some people like, oh, like I wish this was in there, and I wish that was in there. But yeah, but you know what? Give it a chance, see what comes out of it. Because I think that, I mean, for everyone who's like, oh, like, it could be a big flop, it could also be pretty good. You never know. So I say give it a shot, see what happens with it. They did on the thing I was on. They showed the not that we would care necessarily about that, but they did show a picture of the Lilo and Stitch remake, the live action, and then I guess it was a first look at a new Predator movie.
They're doing a live action Lilo and Stitch, really?
Yeah, it actually looks good. Yeah. My daughter's excited for it, so they got the age group ready for it.
Well, yeah, absolutely, 100%, 100%. Wow.
Yeah.
So they did have. I guess they said that there's a Predator movie that offers a very different kind of movie than Prey. It's called Predator Badlands. So we'll see what that's all about. I guess
I want to see it.
Making Predator as
I want to see another version of Prey. Like I'd rather, like, I want to see, I don't know, like Samurais or something. I'd love to see him in ancient Japan or something. I think that would be dope as fuck.
It'd be cool, like they did, like you said, do like different areas and different
time periods and different like pirates or something. Maybe not pirates, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe I wouldn't say no to pirates too, but I'd say samurais would be cool.
Or like Vietnam.
You know what else? I was gonna say World War I.
Yeah, World War I or Oh my God, in the trenches and the tunnels and stuff. Oh my God, that's scary.
Yeah, it's something like the Predator is hunting something. So it's basically we see a few dozen people hunting a predator in one shot. The Predator is hunting something that can't be killed. And then it says we see it use a speeder bike and a sword that looks like it heats up at the end of it. And it says it's more otherworldly than Prey was. So it looks like, it almost kind of sounds like they're doing kind of more of a futuristic take on it. So I think they're getting back to doing more of a Predator style movie. But like, I guess in this one, the Predator is being hunted, whereas in other movies it's never really hunted. It's just kind of everyone's trying to survive and get away from it. So,
what would be a good one too? If you want to do a Prey too, basically with the Indian, like with the girl again.
Yeah,
you could do it. Just start with her, but do it with you could do it a play on with Sacagawea and them going to the new land, because if you know that history. You read about it, people, they say, oh, they died from different things and, different animals and stuff like that. So you can just do it then. Like Lewis and Clark going to.
Yeah, the problem with her, they wrote her terribly. She had a terrible personality. She was lifeless. Her character was awful, and it was superbly unbelievable. But the rest of the movie was pretty good.
I think I don't know. I mean, I just looked at it. I mean, one of the hottest parts of that, and I'm not. It's not men have to be the ones to take down a predator.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit.
That doesn't get me. The thing that got me like a little bit being like, okay, this is a little bit far fetched, was that, like, yes, I get that she was smart and she thought things out, but however, you had a bunch of people that was skilled and knew what they were doing, and the predator took them down in like 2 seconds. It was like
her brother did awesome, dude. Her brother was wicked. He was kicking ass.
He was, but like the rest of everybody was like,
I
they
know.
were,
The rest
you know,
of
and
them
then
got fucked up.
walked into a bus car and they're like, oh, well, there's nothing you can do. I was like, that's kind of weird. I was like, okay. But,
There's a couple. It was again. I don't think it was her fault as an actress. And again, I don't.
no, I don't think it's her fault at all. I think it's
I
just,
think women. I think women are awesome in big roles like Sarah Connor. Oh my God, she kicked ass. But
yeah,
she was just written really badly. She was written like, you know, very. I'm better than everybody, and I'm the smartest.
Well, she was written stiff too.
Yeah, very stiff, bro. Very stiff.
yeah.
But that's how. But when you see how it's going, he's like, yeah, she definitely like, because you can tell, like, usually certain things will change, and you're like watching. He's like, no, they definitely wrote this and told her to do this.
Yeah, but I
like, and then she was a young actress too, and this is like her biggest role. I think this was her biggest role, so it's like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to them because I'm not gonna get any other spot.
I enjoyed the setting. I enjoyed getting back to sort of, you know, the Predator, the way that it should be.
The blood and bones of Predator.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really liked the scene where, like, the French, where he ran across the Frenchman and all that. That was pretty cool.
And I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I don't know if she was an actress originally, because what they were looking for to play that role was somebody who could speak
like Ojibwe,
the native tongue of that tribe.
Yeah.
So that played a role too, because you know, if somebody's not really a formal actor or actress, and this is like, you know, you kind of gonna get what you get, you know.
She did what she could, man. She tried to make it all right. Just the lines that she had to say were terrible.
Yeah, but
I think if they do something like you said, keep it going, keep it kind of like, and I like how they grounded more the aliens technology, because he's like, man, how are you gonna fight? Like they said, well, you got to think about it. This is like 200-300 years, you know, in the past. So that technology is going to be a little less. It's still going to be great technology, but it's going to be a little less. And if you know what the Predators, if you remember what the Predators do, they kind of dumb down their technology when they're going against somebody. They want it to be a little bit better than you, but
yeah, there's also different kinds of predators. And
yeah, well, they got different kinds, and they got. But I know I saw them like when they fight, like, oh, all he has is a knife. Well, I'll throw my laser away, and I'll go with my big old knife.
Yeah. He'll use his sword. He'll use his fist claws or whatever.
Yeah. So like they tend to do that. They're like, oh, he got that. So she got a bow and arrow. All right, I'll use these things that fly, these blades that fly. You know, fly at her. I'll shoot blades at her. So it's like, you know, I'm happy to kind of do it like that.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at the site tomorrow. I see that there's going to be a Bruce Springsteen biopic. Which, if you like Bruce Springsteen, then be excited, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie. I touched Bruce Springsteen, Boston Chris. I touched his arm. He was very sweaty.
Oh yeah, he's performing and doing this thing.
Dude, he was so sweaty. It was like
I don't know that.
Like, what the heck?
So I guess Kevin Feige, when it comes to Avengers Doomsday, he sent a video message that says that you know, as he's on the set of Avengers Doomsday, and he reiterated that the full cast for the 2026 movie has not been revealed, and he confirmed that the film will find the Avengers, Fantastic Four, the Thunderbolts, the Wakandans, and the original X-Men teaming up against Doctor Doom. So
the original X-Men.
Yeah, so the original, so that answers some of the questions where you're seeing, you know, Rebecca Romaine and Ian McClellan and stuff like that. Like, so it's
this is the culmination. This is the culmination to Secret Wars, right? Like that's what they're leading up to. I'm guessing.
Well, no, I think, yeah, Doomsday. No, I think Doomsday is before Secret Wars. I'm not actually. I had to check that because Doomsday is next year. Secret Wars, I think, is coming after that.
Yeah, but like all of this, like I'm guessing that's why they're bringing in the old X-Men to kill them off. I don't know, like
I don't know. I don't know about all of it. I think, uh, I mean, for me, if you, I guess, kind of look at it, I mean, I'm sure some of them will die. It doesn't necessarily mean that all of them will. Um, or like, I don't know, because it's like I don't know if they're doing more crossover, they're gonna take people out, put people in. How are they gonna do all that? So
I mean, what do
it's
you?
kinda,
Oh, my
it could be
question
the
to you,
Battle World.
Boston. My question to you, Boston. Do you think that they should have recast the X-Men?
I don't know. I mean, like I really don't know what they're trying to do. So I mean, I think that for them, um, you know, going forward, I mean, yeah, you want them to, but it's just like it just kind of it makes me wonder with that, like what their idea is going to be. Because if you're going to kill them off, and that's fine, and then you're going to put in other people, I just kind of wonder how much patience people are going to have, if you're gonna basically reboot it again without new people to begin with. So it's kind of a weird premise because I'm not sure how they're gonna kind of go about that. So
Well, it sounds to me like Marvel has found a formula that they think works really well. Nostalgia, adding all the people from our past, and we'll forget that it's a real crappy movie.
nah, I don't know about that. Like I
I
think
don't
it takes.
want it. I don't want it to be that way, but that's what it
Yeah, no,
sounds.
I don't think that's it really though either. It's like just because it's not. I mean, they say the original X-Men, so I mean you don't know how many of them that's gonna be, and I don't know that that's necessarily just all of like in terms of like Deadpool. Yes, they were able to kind of do that, but but you kind of knew it was gonna be that movie to begin with because they hinted at it. Something like this, I don't know if it's kind of the same type of thing. Just because Deadpool wasn't a bad movie.
Well,
I
they
like
did the same. They did the same thing with Spider-Man. What was it? No Way Home.
yeah, but that wasn't a bad movie
Whatever.
either.
Well, it's the rewatch. Okay,
We
you're
are
fair.
talking about.
That's fair. They weren't bad movies, but the rewatchability of those movies, that pop, is never there again. So half of the movie, all those pops that are like, oh my god, that was a really great movie. You watch it again and you go, that was an okay movie.
Yeah, but that's kind of like but that's kind of how that goes with a lot of movies. Not really like put it this way. If you're going to, I mean, like that seems to be the formula that works for a lot of different movies. A lot of
Mhm.
movies do that kind of stuff. Like I mean, and it's not so much. I don't think it's necessarily for people to rewatch over and over again. Like they just want to get you in there for that one time. They go ahead and watch it, whether you watch it again or not. Doesn't matter to them. It's just like, but if you were there to see it that one point, then
Yeah,
that's all
now
that matters.
nowadays for movies, more so not TV shows but movies,
Yeah,
they want to get you there that initial release.
Yeah.
They can
Yeah.
care
yeah,
less if
because
you
people are,
rewatch it because now they don't have that extra money from DVDs. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But
I
Um,
mean,
that's terrible. It's always word of mouth that does it though. And if it's a good movie, us nerds are gonna go right back in the line and watch it again. You're gonna be like, oh my god, Thanos was awesome. I'm gonna see that again. Oh my god,
not
I don't know.
necessarily just because you'd be like, well, now I can because it's going to come to streaming. You can watch it as much as you want. It's not like
Yeah,
before.
yeah, that's true.
It's not like before. Where it's like, all right, I got to wait for a DVD to come out, so and spend more money. So I might as well just go back and watch. You know what I mean? It's a little different nowadays, where it's just like most people, don't have to worry about watching 2, 3 times in a row just because it's just like it's going to be on streaming at some point, and I'll just watch it as many times as I
That's
want.
true. But people still will if it's a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's that, but like that's the one thing that I think a lot of people miss now is just that like the whole experience of movies and how they kind of come in and what happens after you go to the theaters is different now. It's not as it was, even like 20 years ago. It's just like it's a very different thing where it's just like with all these streaming, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff like you used to. Like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you went back to if you went to even I should see even like 10 years ago now that I think about it because like you
I'm
go
with.
back.
I prefer to watch movies at home. I fucking hate going to the theater. I can't stand
I
it.
I, I like going to that. I don't have
and
a
I
problem
and
with
I'm
that.
and I'm the opposite. I hate watching movies at home. Oh god, I hate them. You know
I
why?
I,
Because
I
I
don't hate
like
watching them at
some.
home,
I like
but
being able to pause. I like being able to use the washroom when I want. I like not having kids next to me. I like, whatever.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Like, I mean, I enjoy being in the theater to watch a movie, but I do think that when it comes to that's one thing that I do see is that like to I guess to look at movies and be like, wow, how many times are people going to watch this in a row? And it's just like that. That's like, how many times are people going to watch this? And hello, like, and rewatch it. And like, I watched this movie like 3-4 times in the theater. Yeah, I think that
Say hello.
day is done. I think that, hello. I think
This is
that
who
day
I'm gonna beat. I'm gonna beat her in our drawing competition.
Whoa.
She's going down. She's going down.
Bonnie, I got your back, buddy. I think you're gonna win. I'm sorry.
He said he got your back.
I know. I've seen your art. I've seen Who Dat's art. Who Dat's pretty good, but man, you're pretty awesome.
We gotta pick. What we're gonna do is, Bonnie, we're gonna get some blank covers and we're gonna choose
Blank cover.
Yeah, and we're gonna draw on a blank cover.
I'm drawing Tahula.
Like we're gonna use like something like this. So and we get to draw. We'll draw whatever character we want, and then
We gotta draw a character?
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna draw a fruit like Tahula.
A what?
A fruit.
A fruit.
Yeah, the freeze dry.
I'm gonna draw Stitch just to beat you.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw Stitch.
I'll draw a fish.
You can draw a fish.
A fish,
Just a
nice.
fish.
No, it's like this move. It's like this move. Like it's a book about, I don't know what the title is, but it was like fish in the front, and it's in the library, and it has like two fish. One is frontwards, one is backwards, and it's
I like yin and yang.
yeah.
Okay. All right. We're gonna see who's the
Mm.
champion
It's a battle.
of
Battle
graphic
of
content. Yeah, that's for you. You're right.
No, it's for you. I put it on your face, not my face.
All right. Well, challenge accepted.
Wait, we need to make a bidding. I want $5.
When you lose,
$5.
No, but I win. When
you-
I win, I want $5.
when you win, you want $5. What do I get?
I'll take out the trash bag you asked.
That's your chore anyway. I don't want something that
That's
you're
because
supposed
of
to do.
trash.
Fine, I'll give you $5.
Well, listen
You're
to
gonna
this
give
guy.
me $5 if I win. So it's a $5 bet. It's a lot of money. These
Not
kids
really.
need these $5.
No. Here's what you do.
I could
Actually,
back them
I know how you can work this.
We already shook. We already
I
shook.
know exactly how you
Now
can work
look,
this. You sit there and
look,
say,
look. He never said I can go out with this, okay? So,
well, here's what you do. So you say it like this: $5. We'll go to McDonald's,
me tell
and then whoever wins has to pay for the other one's meal. The $5
Oh,
meal.
He said like we go to McDonald's, whoever wins, the other person pays for the person's meal. So like if I win, you pay for my meal. You win, I pay for your meal.
I'm not paying for your meal. Either way, I'm not paying for his meal.
All right.
His meal
No.
gonna be a double mac, probably 20-piece nuggets, and probably an ice cream on the side.
No. You make him go to the dollar menu.
We all
It's like
know
you
that.
can only
He
get dollar
said
menu. Right?
you make me go to the dollar menu. Yeah, all right, you're heavy. My leg is hurting. You're too tall and you're heavy.
You calling me fat, but look
I
at
didn't
this.
say you're fat. I
Oh
said-
no!
You said call me fat.
All right.
Wow.
All right. Time for you to go.
What did you call me?
Wow. That was something right there.
She's getting
Calling
big.
me fat and woo-woo.
You fool.
No. She said calling me fat. Look at this. And points
I
at
know. Well, no, that's jeez. That wasn't Allie. I would have said them like, don't you dare call. I'm like, oh god. That'd be it. Allie would go on for days. She'd be like, Daddy's
think,
the fattest man that's ever walked the earth.
I think this might be this is the closing of the show.
Yeah. She got you good.
I appreciate Bleeker joining us to talk a little bit stuff with some of the new movies that are coming out. We probably have more information, like more stuff. Probably they got I think more stuff tomorrow too. If I'm mistaken.
Well, I thought I'd bring a little graphic to the graphic content. You guys are, just all pussyfooting around. No, none of this. You gotta have some hard opinions, man.
I ain't got none. But thank you for joining us. What you got going on, Bleak? This rest of the
Sunday
week?
we got Comic Book Church. As always, everybody's welcome. If you want to spot on, just let us know. We'll probably send you a link. And next Saturday, April 12th, is Band of Brothers auction. All of us will be there. I think all of us will be there. K-pop will be there. And we'll be selling some comic books. I got $100 mystery boxes that are really, really, really good $100 mystery boxes. I'm putting together. Well, okay. So I put together a couple books in each mystery box. They're already at $100. I'm putting together like it's gonna be worthwhile. So it's gonna be some nice books. And yeah, I think I don't know. That's it for now, man. I think so. The Hunt. I don't know if I'm gonna be on or if I'm fighting, but The Hunt. Check out The Hunt.
That's next week, huh?
Yeah, that's gonna be next Saturday. So.
All right, this week it's I guess Biggie Shack on the Comic Collector Club on Friday.
Yes.
I just realized The Hunt and our auction is the same day.
Yeah. Yep. Oh shit.
But our auction starts a few hours before, so we'll be all right. I think we should be.
No, our auction starts like an hour before the Hunt. Now the Hunt starts really early. It starts at like 9:30 my time.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
If we got to move up an hour, it might be okay. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Chris, what you got going on, my good sir?
I'll be on church on Sunday, and that's pretty much it for now. The Hunt, I guess next Saturday or whatever. And right now, not much. Just kind of just being around and being on other people's stuff. But as far as anything, comic going on or anything like that, like don't really have too much, just because of the fact that I'm just trying to get money for or just really save money for the heroes and everything. Yeah, so that's a little bit slow on my channel right now, just because trying to be responsible adult, but
I understand. It's hard to be responsible. I understand on that.
Hard to be an adult.
Definitely sum up both of these guys up. Myself, I just got this crazy giveaway for the channel.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is a fucking great giveaway.
Thanks.
Use the graphic language, but this is a great giveaway.
Every book is a key. Book is a key. So these are the 6 books so far. I have one more I'm probably going to add, but I would love to max it out and have 10 key books like this. If I can get up to 20 people becoming memberships. I only have 11. I actually lost one. I had 12. Like somebody left. They thought $2 was too much. Because it was the lowest tier.
I'm still in.
But yeah, these are all roughly, let's say 3.5. But like I said, except this one. This one's probably a little bit. This one's higher. This one's probably like a mid grade. But all keys. Somebody can win channel membership as little as $1.99 a month. What else? And they got the highest tiers like $24.99, but that's if you go on auctions and buy a lot from me. But you get free shipping with that. I'm kind of doing. I'm gonna do something now new with it. Like, so if from the start of the new giveaway to the end, I think I'll add 3 bonus. I'll add like a bonus, spots for a person. Like, so Chris, I don't know what tier he's at, but let's say he's at the $3 tier. He'll get like an extra couple entries because he's been with, for the duration of the next time. So I'm trying to figure that part out to give the extra for people who've been channel members, not just a person who comes up on the last month. But work in progress. But we're still gonna have great books to give away for that. I want to start doing a giveaway for super chats on when we do graphic content, but I'll try to figure that out later.
Yep.
What else? I've been doing unboxings this week, like every day it felt like. So I did a couple of unboxings. Definitely check those out. Did one today.
You're
as
unboxing shit
well.
all the time. You unbox shit fucking almost, Jesus, more than most people. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
right?
so yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I showed some pedigrees recently.
Jeez,
Then I
man.
showed a great win that I got from Flip Mode that I unboxed. So you can check that out. And like I said, me and my daughter are gonna do a little art competition. She's trying to get into talented art at her school. So I want to encourage her. I want to beat her as well, but I think she's gonna beat me. But I'm gonna try my best. So we'll do that. We'll probably show that off maybe next time we do graphic content if we do it in a couple of weeks. So we got 2 weeks, Bonnie, at least, maybe more, to get our art done. So
Get
we'll do that.
your
I
affairs
might
in
be
order.
testing this.
Yeah, get my affairs. I might try to show like my progress on the church.
I
Like you
might be
said,
testing this.
well, no, we got a couple of weeks to get it done. We'll have to do it this week.
Yeah.
I
might have to test for the art. If I turn it in today,
Okay.
I'm 100% sure I have to test like.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But what was I gonna say? You'll see. I'll try to make my appearance on church. We got Band of Brothers and
Yeah, church week ago. I don't have to go to work after church this week, so
Ooh, so it's gonna be a good church episode.
yeah, we'll be
Alright.
I won't be rushing to get out of there.
All right, that's it. Oh, I have some new books I'll be taking pictures of that I'll be selling. Like for instance, this is one of the books. That's why I've been showing it up there on my screen.
Oh, nice.
So Miss Marvel 17, the second appearance or second cameo appearance of Mystique.
Yep.
So you got 16, 17, and 18, and a 9/8 white pages. So this one will be available for sale. That's why I had it up here, kind of showing it off. It's hard to see it when we're in a small screen, but that's one of the new books I'll be having for sale, along with a couple of others. If they are here for church, if not, I'll have other stuff for church. Trust me. I still got a lot of stuff coming in the mail. That's why Bleak said I've been unboxing stuff.
Man,
Just
best
because the mail's so
unboxing
slow.
2025
The
CBC
mails are
Awards.
so slow, man. 2 weeks it's taking me to get stuff. 2 weeks.
Well, that's because the mail. That's not your fault. That's the mail's fault.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff has been bought in, like between 2 weeks.
I actually have stuff out there. I have stuff in the wind right now that I'm just like, oh, just hold on to that till I get more stuff. So I've actually.
Yeah. I got some of those things right here.
Hey, stop it.
Let's end with showing books.
There it is. That's the first Michonne or whatever.
Oh no, it's the Death of Carol.
Oh, that's right. That's the Death of Carol.
Got Daryl. I got a little Frazetta.
A little Frazetta action. Yeah.
Look at these books here. Look at that.
Oh,
9/8. I'm telling you, this is 9/8. This is the first appearance of what's his name? What's the villain guy? Plankton. First appearance of Plankton in a later issue.
Nice.
They are crispy. I want to say 9/8. But hey, we're gonna end that. Bye. Peace out, everybody.
Get out. Get out.
Think positive. Never show any sign of weakness. Always go for the throat. Buy low, sell high. Fear, that's the other guy's problem. Nothing you have ever experienced can prepare you for the unbridled carnage you're about to witness. Super Bowl, the World Series, they don't know what pressure is. In this building, it's either kill or be killed. You make no friends in the pits and you take no prisoners.
You son of a bitch.
We happy? Vincent! We happy?
Yeah, we happy.